Now I'm going to introduce one of the teachers that is part of the program, Patrick Leipzig.
In opening up the Advanced Placement Program at Morton High School District 201, it was very important as a district that we consider and reflect upon the current state of our curriculum. In doing so, we had to really think about how we could vertically and horizontally align the curriculum in order to make sure that all students would be successful in these advanced placement classes. In doing so, we had to take a systematic approach. In 2008, we began this process, and we really reflected as a district on what were the challenges we faced in terms of curriculum. And what we found was that there was typically a lack of communication that existed between AP and general education teachers regarding expectations. In an advanced placement classroom, we may have very high expectations. In a general education classroom, there may not have been as high of expectations. So now as students are moving from a general education to an advanced placement course, we had to really think about how would we prepare students in pre-AP classes for advanced placement coursework. We also discovered when we were investigating our challenges prior to 2008 that many of the different curriculum areas had very isolated and varied goals. Also, we discovered content and skill repetition, where students were taking an American history class, for example, and learning the same skills and not building on the skills that were covered within world history. We also discovered that sometimes there was uncommon vocabulary that existed between classes and between different subject areas. In looking at the challenges, we also determined that we really needed to refocus on literacy and numeracy across the curriculum. And we had to ask ourselves really, in terms of standards, what standards would we actually follow, because there are so many. Now, with challenges comes many opportunities. And so as a district, we looked at the curriculum challenges we faced and decided we could really solve these with some great solutions that presented amazing opportunities for students as they enter the advanced placement program. Beginning in 2008, we set up a plan where each year we would look at a different aspect of the curriculum and begin to revise it. As of now, we have been 4 years into our curriculum revision process. At the very beginning, like I mentioned, we looked at the challenges, and we decided that we had to find solutions to these challenges. And the first solution that we came up with was that we had to use vertical teams to create and align the curriculum. We also had to use horizontal teams to implement the curriculum, and that's what I will talk more about in just a little bit. We also had to reflect and reconsider curriculum and instruction and define ways to best assess the program, the advanced placement program, as well as the pre-advanced placement program, as well as student performance. At the heart of our curricular revision process was the advanced placement vertical team. What does this actually mean? Well, what it is an AP vertical team is a group of educators from different grade levels in a given discipline who work cooperatively to develop and implement a vertically aligned program aimed at helping students acquire the skills necessary for success in the advanced placement program. So on an advanced placement team would be teachers representing every single grade level. For instance, you can see an AP vertical team in the history department may include a 9th grade world history teacher, a 10th grade AP European history teacher, an 11th grade American history teacher, and a 12th grade American government teacher. These teams are defined by a focus on aligning standards through collaboration, a focus on innovation, coordination, student empowerment, as well as teacher empowerment, and an enthusiasm to get all students to learn. Now, our first year in 2008 to 2009 in reconsidering the curriculum, we had a very strong AP vertical focus. In all honesty, what we had to do was we had to lay everything out on the table. We had to bring individual teachers across departments to communicate their goals and practices. We had to brainstorm content and skill expectations. We had to ask, as a department, how can pre-AP courses support AP learning and success? And within that year, we established AP vertical teams. During that summer, we revamped the 9th grade curriculum using vertical teamings. Within that first year, as we implemented the AP vertical team, we had to really have an honest conversation about what different teachers within the department at different levels expected of their students. In doing so, we were able to have a better understanding of what we wanted from our students. We were able to think about what does, for example, a social science teacher in the Morton High School District want their students, what type of skills, what types of abilities do we want our students to have when they cross or walk across the stage at graduation. And so what we did, we looked at the 12th grade curriculum, the 11th grade curriculum, the 10th grade curriculum, and the 9th grade curriculum, and we worked backwards, and we looked at the reading, the writing, the critical thinking skills that they need to have by the time they graduate, and in order to be successful in advanced placement courses. And as you can see in this sample vertical team product, this is from the freshman world history curriculum. It embeds specific skills that all members of the vertical team believed were important for students to have by the time they leave freshman year. In having a product like this and in embedding reading, writing, and critical thinking skills, it is much easier for students to progress from freshman year to sophomore year and to build on skill development. Now, in year 2 of the AP vertical focus, we improved on vertical alignment through really systematic training and discussion provided by the district. We worked on evaluating the curriculum and the products that we created during the summer of 2009, and we introduced a heavy focus on horizontal teaming. By a horizontal team, I mean all teachers of the same subject area at the same grade level, and they would meet and discuss what they were doing in their classroom and the new curriculum. This kind of became the foundation for the PLT model that we have recently implemented. As I mentioned, we've had a lot of professional development, and in 2009, 2010, professional development opportunities such as the DBQ project came to Morton High School District 201. All the professional development was used as a tool and continues to be used as a tool in order to help prepare students and teachers for advanced placement programs. That summer of 2010, we still recognize that some students need maybe some extra help. So we launched AP boot camp, in a way I like to say, an AP boot camp that would prepare students for if they're taking an advanced placement course for the very first time. This would build on 9th grade content and skill with really having a heightened awareness on reading, writing, and critical thinking skills needed for the advanced placement program. As you can see, that summer we continued in the social studies department. We focused on our junior classes and in other content areas. We may have focused on the sophomore year, but we continued to work in vertical teams to readdress the curriculum with a heavy focus on reading, writing, and critical thinking skills that they would need to advance to the advanced placement program. This is a sample product from the American history curriculum revision process. In year 3, 2010 to 2011, we continued with a vertical focus and talking about how each level of a team can improve instruction. But really in 2010, 2011, we had a very heavy focus on horizontal teaming and really reflecting on the curriculums that we have created and evaluating the curriculum's strengths and weaknesses in connection to the advanced placement program. And we did that through really having honest conversations and discussions about student work and seeing where students were struggling. In doing so, we continued to bring in professional development, this time from Northeastern Illinois University, also the Gretchen Courtney Literacy Engineers, as well as the DBQ project, amongst others, to help prepare even further for advanced placement program success. Again, in the summer of 2011, we offered opportunities for revision of the curriculum for junior courses and some senior level courses, and we offered the Summer Bridge program. Overall, the fact that we've created a curriculum that has a capstone of advanced placement course has really institutionalized AP rigor in our non-AP courses and our pre-AP courses. Students across the board have recognized that teachers have higher expectations, that there is very much an even greater college readiness focus. And students, because teachers are using the same vocabulary, because teachers are talking so much about the advanced placement program and really increased the rigor of their courses, are really starting to make connections and develop relationships across grade levels when it comes to high expectations. The teacher capacity in order to make classes much more rigorous has really increased because of this.